Hi, my name's Stacey Chillemi. Today I want to talk to you about teaching children about epilepsy. I've written 2 books, one called My Mommy Has Epilepsy and My Daddy Has Epilepsy. Teaching children about epilepsy is very important, especially if you or a loved one has epilepsy and the children are around the household and they might see a seizure. It's very important that you explain to them what a seizure is and what to do if a seizure happens. Many years ago, I have 3 children. I was walking the dog and I felt an aura coming on. An aura is a sensation in your body that you feel right before a seizure is about to happen. I had told the children that Mommy's going to have a seizure. Let's go in the house. So I could find a place that was safe while I had my seizure. As I was walking into the house, I had the seizure. My children have never saw me have a seizure before, so this was like extremely scary for them. They were very shocked. They didn't know what to do, and you could see the fear that they had in their eyes. Over the next couple of weeks, I tried to explain to them what epilepsy is, tried to comfort them and explain that it's something that Mommy has and you shouldn't be frightened. This is a disorder, and I tried to explain the things they can do if Mommy has a seizure. The kids were still a little bit confused. They didn't really grasp the concept of epilepsy. So then I started drawing pictures. I sketched pictures of me and the children that day when I had the seizure walking the dog. And then step by step, I made illustrations to explain to them what a seizure was, this is what a seizure looks like, and this is what you should do if a seizure happens. As the children stared at the illustrations, they finally, you could see in their eyes that they grasped the concept of what epilepsy was. As soon as they understood what epilepsy was, you could see that they no longer feared it. They were able to understand it. They knew exactly what they should do if a seizure occurs. And they also were able to accept me with a disability. That they realized that nobody in this world is perfect. We all have flaws. Everybody has their quirks. And nobody in this world is perfect. So the children were able to accept that. And they also, when they see people in the street with a disability or a disorder, they don't judge them. They accept them for who they are, and they love them for who they are. The books I've written have helped many people over the years, and I'd like to show them to you. One book is called My Daddy Has Epilepsy. This book is an excellent book with illustrations in it. It teaches the children what a seizure is, what to do if someone has a seizure. It goes by step explaining what you could do to help the person if they have a seizure. The other book I have is called My Mommy Has Epilepsy. The first book I wrote was called My Mommy Has Epilepsy. And then it wasn't too long after that, my son looked at me and he said, "Mommy, can't daddies have epilepsy too?" And I looked at him and said, "You're right. Daddies can have epilepsy too." So that's when I wrote the second book, My Daddy Has Epilepsy. This book showed that both Mommy or Daddy has epilepsy. And it's good for children even if they have someone they know has epilepsy, or if someone in the school system has epilepsy. They'll know what it is, they'll understand it, they won't be scared of it, and they could even help somebody. For example, if someone falls to the ground and has a seizure, my children automatically know that they should put the person in a comfortable, safe spot. They shouldn't move the person, but if there's any sharp objects around, they should move it. They shouldn't touch or put their fingers in their mouth. And that if they need medical attention, they know that 911 is there and that they can help. The book that I've written, the 2 children books, My Mommy and My Daddy Have Epilepsy, teach these things to children. It also contains different websites that talk about teaching children with epilepsy and websites to help parents and loved ones cope with epilepsy. Because most people, when they have a seizure, a lot of times they don't remember the seizure afterwards. But the people watching it are very fearful sometimes because it's a scary thing if you watch somebody have a seizure. You don't realize what it looks like unless you're physically there watching that person have a seizure. I strongly suggest if you want to teach your child what epilepsy is, the best way to teach a child is teaching them where they could auditory, visually see it, and then it will click with them. When I made these illustrations, the children understood right away, and they no longer feared the epilepsy. You don't want your child to be scared and worry every moment. Is mommy or daddy going to have a seizure? No. You want them to feel comfortable, accept that you have a disorder, just like diabetes, just like anything. It shouldn't be a big deal. You should make it not a big deal to your children. Let them understand it. Let them know what they could do to help. And let them feel safe. Make them feel like they're in a safe environment and they can help too. So, once again, the book is called My Daddy Has Epilepsy and My Mommy Has Epilepsy. These books can be found at lulu.com, amazon.com, barnesandnobles.com. They're sold worldwide. And if you ever have questions about epilepsy, please feel free to comment on my website or ask any questions. I'm always there to answer questions if anybody has them. Epilepsy is a disorder that is not talked about a lot, but there are very many questions out there. Over 2 million people in the United States have it alone. It's something that is prevalent, and it should be addressed. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this message and for supporting us with epilepsy. Thank you, and have a good day.